Hi, welcome to part 3 of the Star Trek USS Enterprise Refit. On this part, we'll be dealing with the bodywork and doing the main body line and putting in the lights. After that, I think I'll go on to trying to fix some of the mistakes. But we'll see how we get on this part. Hope you enjoy it. So to kick this off, I'm going to be removing the main body from the sprue and cleaning it all up. You'll see me scraping the edges and things like that, getting rid of any of the paint that's on the bonding points and starting to bond it together. Now what I'm going to do now is start making the holes for the lights to come through for the windows. So I'm just using a normal hand drill bit and just making the holes. You have to do a lot of these. Yeah, but it's a necessary evil if you want to light it up. So just a normal drill bit and just push them in. You can tidy it up with a knife if you want to. If you want to get them square, I just leave them round. So now I'm going to be putting in the lights and just using this little filer to see where I'm going to put them. Again, I got a bit of plastic card, put some light strips on the plastic card. You'll see demonstration in a moment, and that's to light up the bodywork. In actual fact, what I did was I did do all that, then I took it off and put it to the side because I got a bit of reflection that way. Just so here I'm just reaching out a bit of plastic card and cutting it up to pair for the lights. If you don't have a bit of plastic card, one of those flexible nail files is fine. You can use that like an emery board. Or anything, piece of cardboard, whatever you want. Or as I said, what I done in the end is I just stuck them to the side of the ship. I meant putting in a little bit more lights, but I felt that was better. So here you'll notice that I'm putting many different wires into the same connector. That is because we need wires running from the saucer section into the bodywork, then into the nacelles, then down the metal display tube for connecting it to the mains. So you'll see, oh there's my doggy. So you'll see 3 or 4 wires coming off from one contact point. That's perfectly okay, as long as you've got enough room to do it. If you don't have enough room, you can put one wire in, have a bit of a run off, then splice them to as many as you want. All depends on what space you have. So now I'm just filling in the gaps from the little bit of the bodywork that I glued together. These little panels had quite a bit of a gap, really, so they needed a lot of filler. It's the nature of the beast, I suppose. With the lights all ready to go in, and then we'll see about closing it up. It did take me quite a while to close this up, and as I say, because I had to slightly change the way that I did put in the lights. So that's all dry now, so I'm just going to take off the clamps and quickly go through to see how it's all done, light it up a bit. So as you can see, when I light it up, there's quite considerable light bleed, so I'm going to be dealing with that next. Here there's still a little bit of gap in issue, so again I'm just going to fill this up using Vallejo poly cement. So now all that's filled in, I can finally get around to addressing the light bleed. So I'm just going to overpaint this a little bit. This process did take a while. As you can see, it's quite considerable light bleed, but you can see my little swirling and stroking brush techniques. I'm hardly putting any paint on at all. So the little white strokes wasn't quite working, so I put some black on, there, matte black, and then I repainted it white. You can see some of the colour still coming through, but I managed eventually to get it all done. So what I'm doing here, I'm just using a cocktail stick to scrape off any little bits of paint that have gone onto the LED. Next here, I'm dealing with the, what do you call it? I'm dealing with the seat for the metal rod that goes into a hole on the base. So I'm just drilling a hole into it, then I'll eventually open that up with my knife. So I'm opening up the hole as I said with my knife. Now it's time to start looking at the lights for the main hull. As you say, I already put it on the plastic card, which was fairly simple in itself. You use a lot of tape in that just to hold the wires in place. You'll notice there's different degrees length of wire. That's just to give me a bit extra to play around with. I don't use all that, you know. But the beauty about the wire is you can cut it off and reuse it. Yeah. So testing the lights now. When they come on, you'll notice that the one where the reflective tissue is going to go is blue. Obviously that's to get the blue glow. But you can see how the light is reflecting now. As I said, I did put in a couple more lights in the end, just for a bit of reflection, and I put a little bit of silver in as well, I think, for the bodywork, if I remember right, or for the undercoat, to stop a bit more light bleed, because I didn't want to go through that again. But you can see I'm placing the wire into the, let's see, for the metal rod now, then I'll be gluing it on, using normal glue, then a bit of hot glue to keep the wire in situ. Now the top coat's dry, I'm just going to start painting in some details now, using various colours, but predominantly the light blue. This is slightly lighter than the one that I used for the deflector dish. I'll be using this one in various degrees or shades, just to try and get it done. I don't know whether it came off particularly well or not, but that's what I did. So there's the dome painted. Now I'm going on to the bridge. I'm using it again, the colours of the light blue, and I'm putting in some silver and things like that, then I glue it on top. So now that's all on, I'm putting a clear coat of varnish on. One, that's just to make sure I don't scratch the paint when I'm working on it, and two, the next stage is going to be for the decals. So I want a good coat of varnish on here for the decals, but I think we'll get onto that on the next part. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed part 3. Look out for part 4. I'm sure it will be up very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.